Oh my god, you guys. Hello, how are you? I just want to thank you guys so much for the love and support that you gave me on my last video. It was a really difficult video to shoot. But thank you for your love. Thank you so much. So I didn't think that I was going to make this video because I don't want to talk about two problematic people back to back. But there's a reason I'm bringing this up. So, for those that know who Lil Mama is, y'all would know that Lil Mama has gotten into some controversy because of the statements that she made about the trans community. Now, before we look at the statements, we need to understand who is Lil Mama. Why is she famous or infamous? So Lil Mama was a hip hop superstar back in 2006, back in 2007. We're talking ages ago. So a lot of people don't even know who Lil Mama is. She came out with a song called Lipgloss, which was really big, and then she did a couple of collaborations with Avril Lavigne and Chris Brown, another transphobe. But it was only in 2009 that her career ended. So Lil Mama decides it's a good idea to jump up on stage, get her ignorant behind up on stage with Jay-Z, yes, Jay-Z, Beyonce's Jay-Z, and Alicia Keys as they're performing Empire State of Mind. It was a very cringeworthy moment. To be honest, when I first saw that moment, I didn't think there was anything weird or wrong with it. I just thought she was a young girl, caught up in the moment, having fun with her idols, and she was being proud of the city that she came from. That's what I thought when I saw it. But everybody else's reaction, girl, you would have thought Lil Mama was one of the people who was responsible for 9/11. She was attacked. Her career ended because of that. It pretty much ended because after 2009, nobody knew who Lil Mama was. Nobody knows who she is now, even. So fine. So Lil Mama loses notoriety. She goes on this horrible talk show called The Breakfast Club. And the host of The Breakfast Club is somebody called Charlemagne the God. Girl. Just like Charlemagne the God and The Breakfast Club is an entire video all on its own. But Charlemagne, being trash, attacks Lil Mama and makes her cry. And they take a picture of Lil Mama, and the picture then becomes a meme. I'm not gonna lie, the meme was actually pretty funny. But I remember feeling sorry for her because of how everything went down with her career. Girl, I felt sorry too soon. Cause Lil Mama has been transphobic. I don't think I understood the degree in which her I didn't understand the degree of her transphobia. So Lil Mama starts off by retweeting a tweet that says, in America, children are not old enough to smoke cigarettes, they're not old enough to drive a car, they're not old enough to drink alcohol, but they're old enough to cut their genitals. This is crazy, #America. She tweeted something like that, along those lines. And fun fact, so before we continue with Lil Mama, no one under the age of 18 can actually have sexual reassignment surgery, so that's not actually a thing. You can have sexual reassignment surgery after you're 18. But I digress. Now, Lil Mama got called out for her tweet, and she doubled down on her transphobia. Now, it was only at this point when she doubled down on her transphobia that people came out with receipts. you know, like literally Little Mama, like if you go on her like social media, there are videos of her you know, saying tranny this, tranny that, like talking about like trans people in a very, very negative light. And she went on to say that she wants to start a heterosexual movement or a straight movement because, you know, like obviously gay, lesbian, and trans people are oppressing the majority of the world's population. Girl. So she's doubling down on her statements. She is doing the most with her transphobia. I wasn't offended. I wasn't offended because of who was saying these things. Little Mama is like, when I say she's the last person to be transphobic, she literally is the last person to be transphobic. For those that don't know, there is a long running joke within the Black community that Bow Wow, the rapper, and Little Mama are the same person. everybody everybody for years, like for years, for over a 10-year period, thought that Lil Mama is trans. Everybody, well, to be honest, I don't think people thought that she was trans. People very much could see that it's ridiculous to think that Bow Wow and Lil Mama are the same person, even though technically they could be. They literally look alike. Everybody knew, but it was still a joke. Now, what's interesting about this is I find, and I'm not here to attack the Black community, I really am not, but we need to start being honest with ourselves. Transphobia and homophobia seem to run rampant within Black and colored communities, like mixed race communities. They run rampant. And it's funny because Black women are often misgendered, like cisgender Black women are often misgendered compared to, or there seems to be a higher rate of Black women being misgendered than Caucasian women or any other race. Now, I'll give you an example. Now, I don't mean anything mean or bad by that. I'm just saying, have you ever noticed with Venus and Serena Williams how people would go on about how masculine they look and how like they're men and this, that, and the other? The things that they would say about Venus and Serena Williams, I don't know if we can call it transphobia because they're not trans women, but it's giving me the same energy. It's giving me shaming this person because they look a particular way. It's very much giving me a very narrow-minded view of what a Black woman should look like. Now, Little Mama, girl, she got made fun of more than Venus and Serena for her to be transphobic. It literally is kind of like, girl, 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 girl. If you were not famous, no one would think you were cisgender. Do you get that? I'm really trying to not attack Little Mama, but I'm very much trying to make you all see how ridiculous it is that someone who has been victimized would choose to victimize other people. But I guess that's just how the cookie crumbles. Now, it's very difficult when you're a Black trans woman and you're faced with all of this transphobia. I'm not gonna lie, like for myself, I've always struggled with how dark my skin is and my features. Like I've always been very vocal about my insecurities. Every time I look in the mirror, you know, there is this fear that I still look masculine. The fear exists because of the nonsense that all these other people are feeding me. And I've gotten to a point in my transition where I feel like my transition reaches a certain level and then I can't get past that level. Whereas I see my friends that are like white and mixed and their transitions seem to I don't know, like, they seem to keep evolving and they seem to keep growing. And for me, I'm still viewed very much um, with the same anti-blackness that's masked as transphobia. Because I'll be honest with you, when I do get clocked, I get clocked for arbitrary reasons. I get clocked for arbitrary reasons. One of the biggest ones, which is crazy, like people will talk about my skin. People will talk about my skin and use it as sort of a reference, or as, to use that and state that, oh, I must be aggressive, or I must be this, that, and the other. And it's sad. It's sad that, Black women, both trans and cis, are victimized in this way. And it's even sadder and it's ludicrous when we have people like Lil Mama, who straight up looks like she's giving me very much trans energy herself, for her to be as transphobic as anything. And it's crazy because Lil Mama understands the privilege she has in being cisgender, and she understands the power that she has within the Black community. And it's very much that whole thing of, I'm going to drown you to make my friends laugh. That's the energy Lil Mama is giving me, in that I don't actually think that she's transphobic. I'm sorry. I don't. I saw her in ballrooms, voguing, doing the most. No, she's I don't see it. But I do see somebody who wants the Black community to pick her. And I do understand, by throwing us under the bus, it would help give her some notoriety, it would help give her some attention, and it would help give her some fans. I mean, she hasn't sung in over a decade. But hey, everybody's trying to get a leg up. I'm not going to say that the Black community is more transphobic than other communities, because I haven't met everyone in the Black community. So how can I say that? But I will say that as a Black person, when transphobia comes from your people, it cuts deeper. It cuts deeper. It hurts in different ways. I wish I could explain it. I wish I could articulate it, but I can't. But all I can say is that it does hurt. Now, y'all, can I just level with you? We need to get to a point where we're not giving these people any more energy. People are transphobic. People are aggressive towards our community because they know they're going to get a rise. They know they're going to get some type of attention. And I'm just at a point right now where the biggest thing that I'm trying to do right now is just wake up every day. Is to just try and wake up every day and, gather enough strength to make it through the day. Transphobia and all, ain't nobody got time for that. I honestly do not. Because I realize that in my transness, regardless of whether or not I pass or I don't, there is beauty. There is beauty, and I'm where I'm supposed to be relative to all things. I look the way that I'm supposed to look. I have the features that I'm supposed to have, and my skin is the color that it is supposed to be. Do you understand? So if somebody wants to discriminate against me primarily because I'm a Black trans woman, if another Black person wants to come and talk all this mess, whatever. I'm at a point right now where I cannot invest in that emotionally. And I think for a lot of us listening to the transphobia, a lot of us going onto social media, going onto these, and it's mainly Black social media outlets. us going on these platforms and going through all of the comments is only going to it's only going to create depression and anxiety within you. Because think about it. You get on social media, you start to engage with these people. So you start to engage with these people and then you start arguing with them. What is that doing to you? What is that doing to your mental health? How is that healthy? I got to a point where I was like, I'm not going to do that anymore. I'm not going to play those games because I see how it hurts us. So there's this trans girl. She's made all her videos private. There's this trans girl. Her name is Sasha. I think it's Sasha Shaw. And she made a video called Black Women Are Killing Trans Women or something like that. Girl, the misogyny, the misogynoir in that video. It was one of those videos where, like, as you're watching it, you're like, no. Like, this has to be a prank. No one could be serious about this. Anyway, she's very misogynistic, and in the video, she basically brags about how men want to sleep with her and how they're not going to sleep with her. And she literally says that, girl, actually, I'm not going to repeat what she says, but she says she has choice words for Black women. And on the one hand, I understand that this is a trans woman who has been victimized by the Black community and as a result, now hates Black women. I understand that, but I think it's basically stupid because you have a person who is transgender who essentially was assigned male at birth and, you know, went through great lengths to become a Black woman, but doesn't like Black women. Can you even keep up with the crazy? Like, y'all need to watch this video for y'all to understand her level of crazy. But when I watched her video, when I watched Sasha's video, I realized something, that the transphobia that exists within the trans community, within the Black community, has reached mammoth proportions, and it is going to kill us. It is honestly going to kill us, because when I talk to my trans brothers and sisters, I can hear the anger in their voices. I can hear the pain in their voices. I can pick it up. And that anger, that level of anger is not sustainable. It really, really is not sustainable. So I just want you as a trans person, whether you're Black, white, or whatever, Hispanic, Asian, girl, I don't care. Just please take care of yourself. Please take care of yourself. Don't listen to all of this nonsense that these people are spitting out. Lil Mama and the likes of her are trying to get under your skin. And if I can tell you anything, as someone who's been on this journey for the past however many years, people are going to try you. People are going to try you. And if you keep reacting, all of the Lil Mamas in the world, they're going to keep trying you. And if you keep reacting, if you keep responding to their comments, if you keep engaging with them, you are going to turn into a Sasha Shaw. You are. It's unavoidable. So we need to step back. We need to step back. We really, really need to step back, because it's not healthy. It really, really isn't healthy. And I don't know, to all my beautiful, melanated, trans brothers and sisters, I love you. And for the ones that aren't, I love you too. We're going to get through all of this. And I can't wait to see you on the other side. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Bye, you guys.